Hey everybody, it's David from Beagle Home Inspections. Hope you're all doing okay. Today, what I'm going to talk about is, and I want to thank you for the people who have been sending in ideas, questions, things like that. Today, I'm going to talk about a question I got a couple of times is, do I need a sewer scope before I buy a house, a property? And what a sewer scope is basically it's a camera, a long cord, you run it down the sewer line from the house out to the city connect and to see what's going on. Is it good, is it bad, is it ugly, what's going on with it. So that's what a sewer scope is. The general consensus out there is that if your house is less than 20 years old, then you don't need one. But let's go through some things today and we'll see, okay, should I have one or not, to help you make that decision. So there's 6 different areas that I want to talk about. The first one, has the property you're buying, has it ever had any remodeling done to it? If so, then I would suggest, you probably need a sewer scope because sometimes the lines get cut, they get damaged, they get left open, things get dropped down inside. And as a matter of fact, like what you're seeing right now, this is what it was, a remodeling project. They took away the house, the line got cut, and this got, you can see what's in there, full of rocks. So it was a good idea that we sewer scope this line. The next thing is new construction. I do recommend a sewer scoping a brand new built house because it's the same thing. Lines can get crushed, lines can get cracked, they can get broken, they can be left open, things can fall inside of them like this. There's a piece of drywall in this. It's not a very big one, and as a side note, when I was doing the camera on this one, the sewer scope, I did actually push that drywall down quite a ways down in the end of the line, so it's not an issue. But the possibility that an issue is there and that there could be a problem, so why not check it out? The second one is, has the property ever had any history of backups or slow drainage? I'm not talking slow drainage just from like one bathroom sink. I mean the whole house. Everything takes forever to drain. No matter what drain you go to, it's always really slow, or has actually backed up and has never been taken care of. If that's the issue, you need to put a scope down there and see, why is this happening? You want to know what you're getting into before you sign on the dotted line, because sewer issues can be very expensive. They have the potential to be that. And do you want to buy this house plus add on another $10,000, $15,000 of sewer repairs? So that's the second one. The third one is, between the house and the city connect, where that drain line goes, are there any big trees in there in the way, or off to the side, or next to, or somewhere like that? If there are, I would suggest having a sewer scope done, because you want to see our roots going inside there, like this house. First one is down the road, down the pipe a little bit, then we get up right next to it. You don't want to see that in your sewer pipe. That's not a good thing. That means you have some repairs to do. And the thing is, depending on where those repairs are, how extensive they are, your price just keeps going up. So you want to know this before you buy the house. The next one, number 4, is that between the house and the sewer connect, is there just this beautiful lush green spot on your yard that's always green? It's always maybe a little soft and wet and squishy. Well, if it's on where your sewer line goes out, then you probably got a leak there. You need to do something about it. If it's in where your water comes into your house, that's a whole nother situation there. But even if you run the line down the sewer and you see, hey, there's a leak here, there's a gap, it's broken, now you know where it is, and what you can get an estimate on what to fix it. So that's another one. Another one that's kind of very similar is that, if between the house and the city connect, is there any soil movement? Has there been any damage, uplifting, erosion, things like that? Has any heavy equipment been driven over the where the line goes? Because it's possible that if it wasn't placed well and packed well around it, that it can bend, it can move. And the other thing is too, the line can go down, maybe there's a little dip in it. So the pipe goes in and it dips down and then comes back up. That's what we call a belly. If a belly's in there, if it's not very bad, every time you get some water, it pushes through and it's okay. But if it's a very deep belly, things can get stuck there and start building up, then you can start backing up. And even, flushing the toilet is not going to push things through. That you need to know about. So that's number 5. That's another reason that you should do it. The 6th reason is that if your house is over 20 years old, how old is it? If it was built in the 70s or the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, well, during those times, they used different types of drain pipes. So you need to know what it is and what's the lifespan of it. Is it nearing the end of its lifespan? Is it corroded? Is it working? What's going on? So back in the day when they used cast iron like this, it's totally rotten out. It's starting to get thin in the walls. Eventually, it's going to need to be replaced. Did they use cement pipes? Or there's a thing called transite. It's a combination of cement and asbestos. Did they use that? Are they together? Are they not? Was it stainless steel? Was it galvanized? Was it copper? Any of those kinds of things for the drain. The other thing is there's a thing called Orangeburg out there that was used around World War II is when they used it because they had a metal shortage. It's basically tar and sawdust. Yeah, eventually it's going to wear out and it's going to just start falling apart. Do you have a house that was built with that in it? And yet that has to be replaced. So those are some of the things that reason on older houses. It depends on what it is. Is it a clay pipe? Is the clay broken? Are there cracks in it? Anything like that? The other thing like this, if it is older than 20 years, debris does have a chance to get lodged in there. So it's building up. Like this one, it's not very bad. And this wasn't a very old house. It was only like 13 or 14 years old, I think. And they have some buildup in there, some grease. This one, it was a little bit older. It was right around 20 years, but there's a little bit more grease built up in it. So can things start backing up? It's possible. It's going to take a long time. It is. So, but you still need to know what's going on down there so you can kind of plan your future. The other thing about it, just so you have an idea of what pipes, should look like or do look like. So PVC, that's the white plastic. This is it's a new construction. This is what it looks like. It's nice, it's pretty. This one is ABS, which is the black plastic. It's brand new, it's nice and clean, and this is what you start with. Then the last one is the STR35. This goes from basically the outside of your house to the City Connect. It's really a cool product. It's really good. It lasts forever. It's a little bit flexible, so it can bend with soil movement. The other thing is it's slippery. So it's very, very hard to get stuff to stick to it. Things just move right on through. So that's a really good idea there. So the general consensus, like I said at the beginning, was if it's less than 20 years, yeah, don't. Well, my opinion is because of those 6 reasons I just gave you, yeah, I think it's a good idea. You have a home inspection. You look at the floors and the roof and the ceiling and all the parts and pieces of it to make sure that's going good. Why not spend that extra couple of dollars to get it, look at your sewer scope, see where you're starting out from. If it's fine, great, at least you know that. If it's not, then hey, you need to know that too. And really, it's not that expensive to do that. So the small price you pay for the peace of mind or not having any stress, I think is totally worth having it done. That's my opinion. So there it is. And again, I want to thank you for sending in questions or ideas for future videos. So keep sending them in and I'll look at them and put up a video of what your question or your issue is or idea. If you want to take a look at my website, it's at www.Beagle Home Inspections. Take a look at it. Look at the blog. There's some stuff going up on there on a fairly regular basis, different topics and issues. Also, if you do want to send a comment or ask me a question or whatever, you can go to david@beaglehomeinspections.com. That's the email. Or if you want to text, it's the number. You can text the number below. And that's all I have for today. So everybody out there, stay safe, and I'll talk to you next time.